Good morning, Pirate Team. So this week's Minute with Marriott is a brief overview of MSIP 6. MSIP 6 is our accountability tool for school districts in Missouri that set a standard or a grading tool for every school district. So when we see schools that are rated as accredited or provisional or not accredited, this is where that status comes from. So this year is a big change for school districts because we're using a new grading system, for lack of better words, to assess school districts. And there's a variety of components. So they're looking at several things, 70% of it looking at student achievement data, as well as graduate follow-up data, success-ready students data, high school graduation rate. And then we have a whole nother 30% of that score that's made up of our comprehensive school improvement plan, or our CSIP. We also have climate and culture surveys that were administered. And then we have some other required documentation that makes up that 30%. I want to talk about the 70% for just a moment, because this is a big change for school districts. So not only do they use how our students are performing on the MAP test, what their score is, how we did as a district, but they're also looking at students' growth from year to year to year. And a big portion of the score, 24% of that piece, is determined on students' growth, and we receive a number of percentage points by that. So the scores are embargoed until March 7th. However, I do want to share with our team that this is very important information for us to look at. Without just, it's kind of a difficult conversation, because I can share with you right now that it's going to be really disappointing for us as a school district. And so we're going to talk about how we can move forward from that. We'll talk about, as those scores become available, what those individual scores mean, particularly our extremely low performance on student growth. So that's a depressing note on which to end, but it's something that I do want you to be aware of. I want us to start talking about it. Like it or not, this is how we're graded as a school district. So we can have lots of reasons about why our students, why us as a district have performed in a certain way, but our reality is that this is how we're assessed. And this is a piece that we have to take quite seriously, and we have to really think hard about what we're going to do to start turning that needle. So please encourage your teammates to review this Minute with Marriott if they haven't seen it already. I would really like everyone to see this, as again, we'll share detailed information after the embargoed information is released on March 7th. And I know that this little Minute with Marriott's a bit longer than a minute, but this is very important information. And I want you guys to have kind of a heads up about what this means. So we'll talk in the near future, but just being aware that we've got some big discussions coming up.